So I'm Simon Middleton and I'm the Delivery Manager in the Growth Hub. Okay, so in terms of my role, I manage a team of 7 colleagues. We're out and about across North Yorkshire providing support to businesses, and that support could be anything and everything, from helping them with grants to helping them get training to become more developed at whatever it is they want to improve their skills at. And I'm there to make sure that my team are aware of as much as possible that there is out there that can possibly help them be better at their job. So I work for the Growth Hub because I really enjoy what I do. You know, one of the things I get a lot out of life is helping people. I'm a people person as well, so I enjoy that side of it. I've always been interested by business and finance in particular. I'm just curious and nosy and want to know more. So that working in the Growth Hub allows me to do all of that, and I also enjoy leading teams of people as well. So I get to do all of that within the one job, so it's a win-win for me. So the North Yorkshire Growth Hub is a team of what I think are really humble individuals who've got bags of experience between them and are just really keen to give something back and help businesses. So ultimately the Growth Hub is a free service that delivers support to businesses across York and North Yorkshire. What that is depends on what the business actually needs, but we go in. I keep saying our most important skill is that they've been able to listen and ask the right questions. We'll understand what their challenges are, what their opportunities are, and we'll try and help them either make the most of those opportunities or overcome those challenges using our own experience and contacts as well. So the Growth Hub helps businesses by first and foremost going out there and listening to the business owner, the company director, whatever it may be, and it's all about being able to ask the right questions to get under the skin of whatever the challenge is or the opportunity in that business, and we can help them by either linking them into products and services, or more often than not linking them into people within our networks who can help them, an accountant, a solicitor, a bank, something of that nature. I think the support the Growth Hub offers is important because we've got the perfect proposition. We're not there to sell anything as such to a business. We don't generate any commission from any referrals we make. All we're interested in is helping the business that we're sat in front of. And that for me is a really great proposition. And businesses out there in the main don't know enough about that support that's out there. And that's where our importance comes in. It's just about raising that awareness, and hopefully that gives them the one thing that they're missing in their progression of whatever it is they want to achieve in their organisation. So for businesses who are just starting out, it really is back to us listening to them and understanding first and foremost what do they want to achieve with that business. And you get a whole range of people. Some want to be the next Apple in their eyes, and they want to go from nothing to millions. Others just want to generate enough to be able to go on a few nice holidays a year and have a nice car and things like that, or it's something else in between. So first and foremost, it's about understanding what people want to achieve. We can help them. We can help them for getting a business registered, or actually even just talking about what type of business is right for them in terms of legal structure. We can help them with plotting cash flows out and challenging on that so that it's realistic, those revenue figures that they're putting in there. We can help them with introductions to potential customers, potential suppliers. The list really is endless in terms of our help, and again it comes back to just listening and then working with them to work through each thing on their list and doing our best to help. Business expansion is something that we come across a lot, particularly where owners feel like they can't see the wood for the trees. It can be a very lonely world, owning your own business, and they quite often feel like they've just run out of ideas. So again, what we can do is using our network. Something we're doing a lot of at the moment is introducing them to mentoring services. One in particular being the business, where they've got people who've been there and done that. So if you're wanting to build your business up with a view to, say, potentially selling it in 5 to 10 years' time, they can put you in touch with a mentor who's actually done that themselves, so they can work with you on a really close basis, doing exactly what it says on the tin, mentoring you, so that you learn from their experience, you learn from their mistakes, and that everything you're doing is working towards that point in the future. But it is getting that second pair of eyes to come in your business and just help you review the stuff. You know, an independent pair of eyes quite often picks up on the things you might have missed. It might be that you need finance to jump on. Again, we can help you with that. We can explore, are there any grants out there? What is a loan the right thing for you? But again, it comes back to everything we do. It's about seeking to understand first, and then listening, and then acting on the back of that. Managing rapid growth is really challenging, and ultimately it comes down to planning, but you need to have the right things in place to be able to plan anyway. So it covers various things. Managing that growth could be down to the skills of your people and making sure you've got the right people in the business with the right skills in the right roles. Now, those people might already be there, which if they are, fantastic. We can work with you to make sure that those people have all got the right skills, and if they haven't, we've got programs that we can work with to develop those skills, whether it's entry level or something that leads to a qualification or something in between. It might be that you're struggling to manage cash. You know, one thing that rapidly growing businesses can do quite easily is run out of money because they're growing too quickly to keep up with the cash flow. Again, we can work with you there, introduce you to finance partners such as banks, second tier lenders, something of that nature, just to make sure that you're properly prepared, because it's okay to have peak cash flow problems if you know about it. It's when you don't know about it that it becomes problematic and your clients start to get nervous and things like that. So again, I keep saying it every time, it comes down to us asking the right questions. We can help, but we need the owners to be open and honest with us, and then we can seek to help them subject to what they disclose to us. I'd like to think that the growth hub exists to support any business, regardless of size, of age, of numbers of employees, etc., etc. It's more likely that our support suits a smaller business, and that's a separate question in its own right. What is a small business? What is a medium-sized business? A larger business, if you think of a McCain or a Nestle, someone of that nature, we can help them. They've got their own people and they've got their own finance directors and operational directors and things of that nature. But one area where we often do help them is introductions to local supply chain businesses. You know, a lot of larger businesses are looking to cut down things like air miles, and for their own reputational agenda, trying to get a local supply chain. So if I take Scarborough, for example, McCain want to have as many local farmers on their books as they possibly can. Now, they'll have their own relationships that are far more developed than anything we can help them with, but you just never know. And through our connections, we can often just open up opportunities for them. I think the other area is by brokering relationships with the respective local authority and helping them there. One area in particular is planning departments. Larger businesses tend to be the ones who are investing more, and as part of that you need planning approval quite often, and we can facilitate those relationships with local authority colleagues if needs be. So if I had £1 million and wanted to start a business, I've always said that the easiest way to make money for me was to buy a piece of land and put a car park on it. It's not very exciting, but it's guaranteed money, assuming you put your car park in the right place, of course. My number one tip for business owners in 2023 and in any year is to make the most of your networks. Talk to people, get out to stuff, get out from behind your desk, go to events and just talk to people. So in my opinion, the perfect entrepreneur is a mix of all sorts of things. I think we've got to be happy and willing to take a risk, a measured risk, and understand the upside but and the downside of that as well. So we've got to have the courage of their convictions. I think we need to understand that they have found something that's got a demand for it and not just something that they think has got a demand. I think other things in terms of what makes a perfect entrepreneur, they've got to be good with people, they've got to understand how to raise money, they've got to be great at telling the story, getting people on board with that, they've got to be passionate. But fundamentally, they need to have a great idea that people are willing to get behind, because if they can't get passionate about it, why should anybody else? So when I go out and meet a business, the first question I ask is usually something along the lines of just tell me about yourself, tell me your story, how did you get here? You know, it's always useful to have a bit of a potted history before you start to get to the here and now, because it quite often explains why they are where they are. York and North Yorkshire is a great place to do business because it is. The people, first and foremost, I think the people are just great. You know, I'm not from here originally, I'm a Yorkshireman, thankfully. But it's been my home for 20 years and I've no intention of moving anywhere else. So the people absolutely make it humble, down to earth, willing to support and make it an even better place. Obviously, geographically, it's a beautiful place, it's got a bit of everything. Coastline, you know, great places inland and things of that nature. But fundamentally, people is what makes North Yorkshire the place it is, I think.